Welcome back to Firearms Fuel and Fabrication. Today we're going to be Cerakoting a rifle. I'm going to be doing a multicolor pattern. Going to be doing Woodland Camo. This is my 300 blackout rifle. You guys might remember it from the video, the 300 blackout that wouldn't. Now that I have it all figured out, and forgive me, I have a cold. Now that I got it all figured out and running good, got it completely stripped back down, all the parts taken out, and all the pieces I want to coat are in here. Barrel, small pieces, extension tube, and the upper receiver. I took the barrel out and put it back together like this because I'm going to want to do my camouflage patterns. When I actually spray the gun, I'll set the lower and upper together like this and put wire through to keep it together so I can put my patterns on. So what you're gonna do is soak them in acetone real good for about half an hour. That way it gets down in all the cracks and everything, pulls all the oils out of the gun. This is actually a goat trough I picked up. It's high density polyethylene plastic, which acetone is stored in high density polyethylene, so the plastic is fine for the acetone. And we'll be using the Woodland Camo pattern kit from weaponstencils.com. These they're nice stencils. They're good for the Cerakote because they'll take the heat. So gonna use those. Lay down my Woodland pattern, and I chose these unweeded patterns here. It looks like a solid piece of yellow, but there's a pattern in there. So these are the female black pattern. These will actually be using for the black. So you got an idea what we're going to be doing? I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright. After you pulled all your parts out of the acetone bath, they set in there for a good hour so the acetone works its way in all the little areas and all the different spots, threading. Just degreases everything really good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to transfer them over to the blast cabinet. So we'll rotate. Transfer them over to the blast cabinet. And we're going to media blast all the parts with 100 to 120 grit aluminum oxide. I prefer 120 myself. It's finer and just leaves the surface a little bit smoother. So, transfer the parts over to there. Now most all the parts will be good. The barrel though, I have silicone plugs, and I'm going to silicone plug it here. I've got a silicone cap to go over here and a silicone cap to go over here. That way it's all plugged tight, none of the sand gets in the barrel. So I'll set this offside. And all your small parts, I like to go to Walmart. They got these little mesh bins at Walmart. You can put all your small parts in there, and with your gloves that are in your cabinet, you can hold it like this and put the gun in there like this, shake everything, and it blasts all the parts. Let me grab them plugs real quick. and I'll show them to you. Okay, here's what I was talking about. These are silicone caps and plugs. And I'll just use these to plug up the chambers. All I'll do is put them in there. Push it in real good. And it's sealed. Front cap, just like that. It protects the threads. And the other one I have for the tail cap, I actually have to grab out of my shed. But I'll get these blasted, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, after the acetone bath and you sandblast everything, put it in the oven for 300 degrees for 1 hour to degas everything. And what that does is any oils or anything left in any of the pieces, it purges it out. Excuse me. I'll admit it's a touch warm. From this process on, you're going to want to wear a good pair of nitrile or latex gloves, oil-free. That way you don't contaminate the pieces from here on out. Let me grab my wire. When you pull the parts out, what you're going to do is inspect them real quick. And now I know this still looks black, which it is. It's been blasted, and you can kind of see some spots. Let's see if it'll focus. Some spots where it's been blasted. Basically with anodizing, whenever you blast it, if you go over the surface like 2 to 3 solid seconds and it doesn't change to a gray, that's still good, because anodizing actually changes the surface of the metal. So that piece is good. I didn't set up my paint right. I'll get the rest of these parts out of the oven, check them over, make sure they're degassed, and then we'll be on to the process of the first color. When I'm wiring the small parts, I'll bring you guys along to show you how to wire the small parts up. Okay, whenever you're tying and hanging up small parts, best thing you can do with small parts, and we'll put that one on the bottom. The thing you can do with small parts is just hang them on. and loop around like that. That way they hang. You got part. That way there's gaps where you can still coat everything. But I'm sure you get the idea what I'm doing. All it does is make a little chain of parts. So that's how you do the small parts. Okay, in this process we're going to be using 4 different colors. And I'm going to be mixing at a ratio of 18:1 because I want a satin finish but not a matte finish. I keep one of these handy filled with just acetone for when I'm switching colors. And you're going to start with the lightest color and work your way darker. We got 4 colors. H235, which is Coyote Tan. H236, which is OD Green. H258, which is a chocolate brown. And H146, which will be the last one, which is graphite black. Doing a Woodland Camo pattern. Using the stencils from weaponstencils.com. These are supposed to be good for heat, contour well. I've cleaned this glass surface off right here, which I don't have you fully in the shot. There we go. Cleaned this glass surface off right here with some brake clean to degrease it real good, so when I come over I can lay my gun down and stencil right here on this piece of glass. Parts are hanging up over here, so I'm running out of room, and we're spraying underneath my car. There we go. Okay, now we're not spraying all the pieces together because they're going to be different colors, which, yep, I'm in the shot. Starting off with the tan, it's going to be the lower and the upper, and that's it. The barrel and the extension tube are going to be solid OD green. They're not getting patterned. The smaller parts I'm doing black. And the charging handle, I believe I'm doing black. I'm going to look at how everything lays out and I'll figure it out. Because I might do a couple pieces, different colors. Being as I'm doing a stencil pattern, these pieces are going to be, when these are sprayed, they're going to hang until the final bake. The only part that's going to go in and out is the upper receiver and lower receiver that's getting the stencils. The oven's set for 180 degrees. I'll spray the color. It'll go in the oven to flash for 15 minutes at 180 degrees. It'll flash it dry enough to put stencils on. I'll pull them out of the oven, take them over, stencil them. After they're stenciled, I'll hang them back up, and then it'll be color 2, back in the oven for 15 minutes. Just basically rinse and repeat. I'm sure you guys get the idea. So I won't bother you too much with watching me spray a whole bunch. I might record and show you me spraying a little bit, but that's pretty much the sum of it. We're just going to be doing that. My first flash coming out of the oven onto the counter. I'll show you how I stencil them, which that's pretty basic too, but I'll show you guys what I'm doing there. Go on to the next color, then the guns will be done. Okay, now that you got your first base color on, you gotta go through and put your stencils on, which I'm doing right here. And best thing to do is take your upper receiver and lower receiver, mate them together. That way you can get your pieces and patterns. I'm gonna lay a couple more pieces here and there. It's looking pretty naked up top. So I'm going to put like another one in here. Spray the next color. Do this again. spray the third color, do it one more time, spray the last color. So that's pretty much it. It's getting there. Alright, I got 3 colors on, and right now I am peeling, because the black, and you ain't gonna be able to see it because it's on an unweeded sheet. But the black stencils from weaponstencils.com, the black stencils are female stencils, so I'll just be spraying on the center of those. And if you look at Woodland Camo, black is always the top color. It's always the top color. But I'm just peeling it right now. Flip my gloves around here, make sure I got my clean, good gloves on. Okay. Get some of this taken back off, and I'll see if they can see what's going on here. Shit sticking all in my gloves, but that's almost finished there. Come on. There we go. That's almost done. Let me get this all peeled off and get the black on and finish up the video. See you guys in a bit. And there it is. What was once the 300 blackout that wouldn't is now custom Cerakoted Woodland Camo. Solid mounted bipod. It's just an old cheap bipod I cut off. It was a real cheap bipod. And I cut it, threaded the handguard, solid mounted it. so it's permanently fixed. Piece of nylon and rubber webbing. I believe it's old conveyor belt, just as an isolator. %lower. It's all kinds of skeletonizing on the lower. But this 300 black out the Woodland is now a complete gun. Got it running 100%. Got it coated. Now the question is, what do I move on to next? Alright guys, thanks for watching. You guys have a good day.